Hey everyone, today on People Now, the latest details about missing Glee star Naya Rivera.
You are so blessed to have somebody out there that loves you for who you are.
Say Yes to the Dress star Randy Finoli is sharing advice for brides with delayed weddings and takes us inside his virtual bridal meetings. And also on today's show, Jessica Simpson rocks some vintage jeans as she says goodbye to her 30s. Plus,
Gus gets veto power. So some of the more outrageous ones and some of the more defiling ones might not fly anymore.
Yep, the nicknames keep on coming. The gang from Psych is back with a brand new movie. All that and more today on People Now. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. So good to see you. I'm Jeremy Parsons here in New York. Happy Fresh Cut Friday. First haircut in 17 weeks. Thank you for noticing. Thanks for asking. There's a lot to get to today, including a very serious story that we begin with. Here's what you need to know and what's trending. Authorities are still searching for Naya Rivera after she disappeared during a boat outing on Lake Piru with her 4-year-old son, Josie, who was found safe but alone on the boat on Wednesday. The Glee actress, who is now presumed dead, is being searched for by divers who are having difficulty with visibility in the lake. After a day of searching on Thursday, local officials and search volunteers explained their process for the mission as they waited for daylight to resume. One volunteer diver, Max O'Brien, told reporters that the combing of Lake Piru's bottom is done mostly by touch since the visibility is so low. He says this, quote, "The visibility is about 1 to 2 feet. There's a lot of tree branches and overgrowth from when the lake was lower, so we're digging through, breaking through sticks and searching a heavy brush bottom." He added, "It's kind of a braille search." Authorities describe the operation as a very slow process, as approximately 100 people participated in that search on Thursday. The same day, officials released security camera footage that shows the actress and her son arriving at the lake. Now, in that footage, Rivera can be seen getting bags from her car before heading to the dock with Josie. A press release from the Ventura County Sheriff's Office revealed that following her son's discovery on that pontoon boat, the little boy told investigators that he and his mother had been swimming in the lake and he got back in the boat, but Rivera did not. On Thursday, Rivera's ex-husband, Ryan Dorsey, was spotted in photographs obtained by the Daily Mail holding his son while leaving Rivera's sister home. Earlier in the day, police said the boy is in good health. Now, although Dorsey has yet to make an official statement about his ex-wife's disappearance, a source close to Rivera tells people that her loved ones are in disbelief. That source adds, quote, "Nobody has heard anything. Everybody is in a wait-and-see pattern and trying to figure out exactly what happened." Meanwhile, some who know Rivera have been posting their support and hope on social media. Demi Lovato tweeted, quote, "Together, let's manifest on Twitter that Naya will be found safe and sound." She added, "Let's put this energy out there. They will find her healthy and alive." We, of course, will continue to keep you updated on this story as more details come through. But for now, we move on to a much lighter note. Take a look at this.
Morning. Just doing a little morning routine. Coming in.
Hoda Kotb is showing her morning routine in a virtual tour of the Today Show studios. In a video posted on her Instagram, Hoda shows her followers what her daily work drill looks like. And just like many of us, it starts off with a cup of joe. Once Hoda pours her coffee, she continues to take us on a trip around the office while wearing a face mask. Take a look.
Just gonna show you the lay of the land. Oh, doesn't work. Okay. So these are the halls to our dressing room. All the doors are open so that you don't have to touch the handles.
She then shows us how there are hand sanitizer dispensers everywhere at the Today studios before she also shows viewers where Today is filmed. After that, she walks down a hallway and says hi to pictures of her co-hosts hanging up before she takes us inside her dressing room. Take a look at this.
And every time you come in, this area has been disinfected. Newspapers and stuff all waiting. Pick an outfit, who knows?
And once she gets inside the safety of her dressing room, Hoda finally takes off her face mask. Fun little tour there. Now later in the show, we'll have more from Hoda's co-host, Jenna Hager, where she shares how her love of books has helped her in motherhood. Jessica Simpson is marking the end of her 30s by slipping back into an old pair of jeans from 14 years ago. On Thursday, the singer shared a mirror selfie on Instagram, rocking the vintage denim in celebration of her 40th birthday today. In that caption, she wrote, "I have kept these throwback True Religion jeans in my closet for 14 years. I'm not exaggerating." And she added, "I figured that since I'm in the final hours of my 30s, I'd give them another try. And hello 40, so nice to meet you." Simpson's celebration started last month when she shared a photo of herself posing on the beach in a cowhide print bikini and an embellished black hat. In that caption, she wrote, "Yeehaw to my final days in my 30s." But turning 40 isn't the only thing she's been commemorating. This week, she celebrated her wedding anniversary with her husband, Eric Johnson. That couple rang in 6 years together on Sunday, and Simpson shared a sweet tribute to the former NFL player on Instagram, where she said that she married her, quote, perfect soulmate. And Jessica Simpson's not the only one celebrating her birthday. Fellow Gemini Tom Hanks jumped right into 64. Hanks celebrated his birthday on Thursday, and as you can see there, he made quite the splash with an epic birthday pool dive that he shared on Instagram. Looking good. He captioned the slow motion video, quote, "This Greyhound is 64. That Greyhound reference is a nod to his new World War II film on Apple TV+. Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson, shared a sweet birthday message for her husband along with a picture of him. In the photo, Hanks is all smiles in his lobster-printed button-down shirt. She captioned that snapshot, "Happy birthday, Tom. We love you so much. You are our anchor. Every day with you is a blessing." Wilson also included a quote reading, "Give me your answer, fill in a form, mine forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? That's a reference to the famous Beatles song, "When I'm 64. Then she responded to the quote with a resounding yes. So sweet. All right, stay with us. TLC's Say Yes to the Dress star Randy Finoli is sharing how he's helping brides find their dream dress virtually. Plus, Jamie Lynn Spears and the cast of Zoey 101 are reuniting. It's true, and they're telling us all about it. Stick around.
Today, co-host Jenna Hager is the cover star of Parents' August 2020 issue. As the daughter of a librarian, former First Lady Laura Bush, Jenna was destined to love reading. She explains, quote, "Our mom made sure my sister and I were surrounded with wonderful books from the time we were babies."
Jenna is a strong advocate of reading and even launched the Today Show book club Read with Jenna in March 2019. Now, as a mother of 3 to daughters Mila and Poppy and 11-month-old son Hal, she's always filling the family bookshelf. She says sharing favorite books is one of the best parts of parenting.
And Jenna opens up to parents about the books that have shaped her life, including ones that have helped her deal with the stress of parenthood, like The Whole Brain Child, as well as Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson, which Jenna says has helped her and her husband become better parents and reshape their perspectives on parenting. She explains, "You realize that in the end, being a great parent isn't about doing a million over-the-top things. What kids need is our calm, steady presence. They just need to feel loved."
For more on Jenna Bush Hager's love of reading, check out Parents' August issue.
Wedding season looks a lot different this summer due to the coronavirus pandemic, but Randy Finoli and his team of bridal specialists are still on hand to help brides-to-be find their perfect dresses. And they're doing it virtually. I got the chance to chat with Randy, and he revealed to me the biggest challenges he and the brides have faced.
I think not having all the dresses there was one of the challenges, not having a consultant to put you in the dress, so they had to get in the dresses themselves, which is quite a challenge with all the buttons up the back on some of these dresses. But I think also for me, it's always about seeing their body language. And as soon as I see that body language change, I know it's the dress. So it was a little more challenging looking through the computer to see exactly what she was feeling, because she was quite a ways away, and seeing the details on the dress. I would have to have her step closer to, her computer to be able to see the details of the dress and how it fit her and everything. But with that being said, it worked out really well, and she said yes. So it was a joyous experience. And then I got to actually see her on the day of the wedding before, she had her wedding, and just wished her a little good luck through the internet. So it was special.
Yeah, was there something surprising about this new process? Maybe you actually enjoyed it more than you thought you would?
I did. It took a little longer, and sitting in a chair for, an hour was a little more challenging than I thought. I'm a pretty active person on the show. When I go to the bridal salon, I'm literally on my feet the entire day. I do not sit down in a suit. It wrinkles, so unless I'm forced to or need to or whatever. I rarely sit down in a suit. So to sit for an hour was a little more challenging than I thought, actually. That was, for me, that was the most challenging part.
The coronavirus really shook up the wedding world. Randy tells me how he thinks the pandemic will affect the future of the matrimonial event. Plus, he shares with me his biggest piece of advice for all the disappointed brides out there whose weddings were put on hold.
I think for the near future, I think that this is the perfect time for couples to be sharing time together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, locked up to really know, is this going to really work? Are we going to get through this? Is our marriage going to last? So I think it's a good trial period for them. Number two, I think that when they actually are able to get out in public and have their wedding, that it's going to be a little different. That I think a lot of weddings today are all about the show, and let's put on a big show for everyone. Let's get, you know, the biggest venue and the biggest dress and the prettiest flowers and the best cake and the most amount of food and the best DJ. And I think now it's going to be a little bit more of, let's get our best loved ones and our intimate friends together, because now we know what's truly important in life, those that are nearest and dearest to us. And let's make this about us and about love, which is what a wedding should be, in my opinion.
I see exactly what you're talking about. I think it's actually a beautiful thing, because it really forces you to think, wait, it's not all about the whole spectacle of it. It's about the people that truly matter. What is your biggest piece of advice for brides right now who are having a hard time and struggling thinking about their weddings because of this pandemic?
You know, I would say my first piece of advice is just realize that if you raise your hand, your left hand, there's a ring on that finger, and you are so blessed to have somebody out there that loves you for who you are. And during this pandemic, you're going to get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of who this person is, and get to know them intimately, and realize that that it's about love.
And of course, I couldn't let Randy go without talking more about wedding dresses. He shares with me his favorite and least favorite wedding dress trends and his 2021 wedding dress trend prediction.
My favorite trend is the fact that if you look back at wedding dresses from the 80s, the 1980s, they all look the same. Leg of mutton sleeves, point down at the wrist, you know, basque waist, high neck, full gathered skirt with a very long train with lots of lace appliques with sequin and pearls scattered all about. They all look the same. Today, though, you can truly express who you are as a bride with the choice of your dress. Whether you want to be a sexy bride and show off your curves, whether you want to be more traditional, whether you want to be bohemian, whether you want to be Cinderella, a princess, that there is a dress out there. My least favorite trend, I'll have to be honest, I'm going to upset a lot of brides out there, but just wanting to be overtly sexy on your wedding day. I have so many brides that come in and say, look, I paid for these. I want to show them off on my wedding day. We've seen them. We see them. They're rock hard. Your fiance has seen them a dozen times, I'm sure, if not more. Your in-laws and your grandparents and your loved ones really don't want to see them. They don't want to see your naked body. We have a bride this season that actually comes in and says, I want to be naked on my wedding day. I want a completely see-through dress. And I just think that, you know, weddings are about tradition. They're about family. And I think that you should just have a little bit more respect for your loved ones and just for the whole tradition of what a wedding is. And it's a religious thing. I mean, whether we like it or not, whether we like religion, whether we, you know, subscribe to it, you know, that it was based in religion. Any
2021 wedding dress trend predictions? Is there one trend that you think people are going to start leaning towards in 2021?
I think brides, again, are going to be a little bit more mindful of their choices. I think that price points will probably come down a bit. I think we're going to see brides spending less on their dresses because they're maybe out of work or they realize what's really important. And so I think price points are going to come down, and I think brides are going to be more wanting to show just love and be true to themselves and not make it such a spectacle. So I think that's going to be the new norm.
Everyone, be sure to check out the new season of TLC's Say Yes to the Dress. The first 2 episodes will air on Saturday, July 11th, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
A vocal advocate for girls' education, Malala Yousafzai gained international attention and became the youngest Nobel Prize winner at the age of 17.
And we are honoring Malala in the latest episode of People and Katie Couric's #See Her Story. It's a weekly video series celebrating female trailblazers from the past 100 years. Take a look.
Born in 1997 in Mangora, Pakistan, Malala grew up loving school.
I want to get my education and I want to become a doctor.
But all that changed in 2008.
When the Taliban came, they started talking about the girls' education, that girls are not allowed to go to schools and they are not allowed to get education.
Barred from school, Malala began speaking out.
My people need me, and I shall raise my voice because if I didn't raise my voice now, so when will I raise my voice?
And Malala is celebrating her 23rd birthday on Sunday, July 12th. So a very happy birthday to her. To watch all of the hashtag See Her Story episodes, head to people.com.
Who the hell are you guys?
I'm a psychic. He is a sympathetic pooper. There's a lot of strange stuff going on around here.
Ghosts.
Not necessarily ghosts.
But probably ghosts. No more embarrassing nicknames.
We can't just stop doing bits we've been doing for 10 years. My name's Sean Spencer. This is my partner, Lego, my ego. Gus, we're home. You can give me some Chewy.
Get ready, psychos. I caught up with the cast from Psych 2, Lassie Come Home, Dule Hill, James Roday, and Maggie Lawson. We chatted all about the new movie on Peacock, the nicknames Dule has gotten from the show, and we got serious too to talk about Black Lives Matter. Watch this. Is there a moment or something, kind of a go-to thing that you do to usher it all back in first day on set? I know the Suck It song is kind of an all-time hit at this point. Is that what does it?
We also, yeah, well,
I think we always used to sing people out with Happy Birthday because no one ever forgets the lyrics to that song. So anytime a guest star rapped on our show, we sang Happy Birthday to them. And I think when we all came together to do the first movie, because there's been a little more time had passed, I believe we started with a rendition of Happy Birthday with 113-part harmony, which is very difficult to pull off. If you know anything about harmonies.
Yeah.
That's always a nice sort of icebreaker for us.
Yeah. Maggie, how about for you? Day one on set, what's the feel?
Well, I think on this one, it was especially emotional and, fun for all of us. I mean, we all have such a good time together anyway. And, but we had our whole family back together again with Tim there. So it was, every day we get to spend together feels very special. We all love each other so much, but this one was extra special.
I love and fans always connect to the kind of the ridiculous nicknames, James, that you give Dule's character. Is there a tease for maybe one that really stuck this time around?
I mean, we throw a curve out there this time that Gus gets veto power.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so some of the more outrageous ones and some of the more defiling ones might not fly anymore, you know? They're gonna have to lift Gus up in order to get approved. I think I tried like William Poopington or Bill Poopington and it got shot down. So it's like it's a new day.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, yeah, like fans kind of glom onto something in particular. Dule, have any of those nicknames stuck with fans as you've been in public, that kind of the one that keeps coming up?
A lot of the nicknames come up over the years. Some that I personally forget until a fan reminds me of them. But Gus Silly Pants Jackson comes up. Lavender Gooms comes up. MC
Nice.
Hands comes up. What's it? Daquan Smallpox Randolph. who is actually, Daquan Randolph is actually one of my cousins. That one comes up a lot too.
Oh, that's good. That is funny. Maggie, Juliet and Sean are now married. How's that dynamic going to change?
I think it's fun because this might be the first time where we're actually just kind of settled in. There's really nothing sort of out. We got married last time, so we're having it. I think I can tease an anniversary, but we're settling in and we're established, and there's some grounding there, but we're also evolving, and we'll see where that goes.
Dule, I've been following you on Instagram. You've been posting a lot about what's going on in the political climate, Black Lives Matter, things like that. What are you hopeful for as we move forward and how things are changing?
It's funny. I'm not really hopeful. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm like, this is America. We've been on this journey for a very long time, and the more I guess knowledge you pick up about the system, you're like, wow, the cards have really been stacked against us for a very long time. But I would say I'm cautiously optimistic that people are now removing the blinders off of their eyes and saying, you know what, it's time for me to roll up my sleeves and really get involved to make a difference in our society, to bring equity to our society for all people. Because if this is supposed to be the land of the free, then let's make it free for everybody. Yeah. Free just to live life to the fullest. Because oftentimes I think it's not even so much that people want a handout or something their way. They actually just want you to get out of their way so that they can live free. They can jog down the block. They can walk down the street. They can drive their car and not be, I guess, concerned or have the fear that doing a very simple act can end in their life being here no longer. So that's really what I'm cautiously optimistic that people will engage and stay consistently engaged. Because this is, again, this is a very social media centered society where something's hot and a flash in the pan. My thing is, 5 years from now, are people still going to be saying Black Lives Matter? 5 years from now, are people still going to be leaning in, saying, how can I make a difference? Or are we going to go back to our willful ignorance and try to get back to life as normal? Because life as normal worked for some people, but didn't work for everybody.
Pump the brakes there, speed demons. I don't know what the heck kind of clown car you just fell out of.
We're the cast of Zoey 101. We're here to see the show.
A likely story. Let me spoil the ending for you. Zoey 101, none of y'all are getting in without a pass. Or some bacon.
Bacon? Why bacon?
Because bacon good.
Come on, lady. Let us in, all right? Look, that's us on the poster. See?
Nickelodeon fans, we've got your weekend plans right here. The cast of Zoey 101 is reuniting on a brand new episode of All That this Saturday. The new sketch features Jamie Lynn Spears reprising her role as the bacon-loving bodyguard Thelma Stump, who attempts to stop the stars of Zoey 101 from entering the set.
I love this. And People writer Christina Dugan caught up with the cast to talk about how the reunion went. Watch.
It was nice that we got to come back to Nickelodeon and we got to play ourselves. I kind of played Thelma Stump and really just have a true reunion with each other and figure out if the chemistry was still there. And it was. It looks good because the first one was so good. We got to do it again.
It was just so natural between everybody as well, too. It's almost like time didn't even pass. So that was really fun to see.
Jamie Lynn, we got to see you reprise your role as Thelma Stump, a personal favorite of mine. Anyone who loves bacon, really. What was it like to get back into character?
I was kind of showed up. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that I'm playing this skit that I did as a child. It was a skit that I did, all through my childhood, just kind of joking around. And as an adult, to go out there and be a kid again, it was really fun and freeing just to be silly and also, get to do it with a group of people in the place that felt like home to me for so many years.
I have to ask, did you rehearse in front of your daughters and were they just completely dumb?
No. Absolutely. I would never. I would have felt so insecure because she would have been like, that's just ridiculous. Stop doing this. So I would have been like, guys, we're going to have to cancel. I can't do it. My 12-year-old told me I'm the worst. So
yeah. Maddie's at that age now.
Don't let your kids judge you.
She just walked in here and she was mad about something and now I'm afraid to walk out. So.
And the cast also revealed some of their favorite memories from Zoey 101. Take a listen.
Bread maker.
Oh my gosh, the bread with Miss Patty.
I'll never forget that.
Oh, Miss Patty. Oh my God, I love Miss Patty.
That's our
Miss Patty.
My favorite.
Yeah, Miss Patty was our school teacher and she was honestly, I think, the best ever.
An angel.
She,
an angel.
She had compassion for the fact that we were kids working on set, but also was strict with us and kind of motherly to us.
Yeah.
And she would think of cool things for us to do. And she brought this bread maker and we would make bread in the schoolroom. And it was honestly the best bread I've ever had to this day. It was my favorite part of everything.
You guys got every day we would just go to the craft service and get random different things, gummy bears, berries and
jalapenos.
To make Matthew's disgusting drinks. Yeah.
Some would be amazing and then some would be Matt would obviously.
It would only be Matthew. We would give Matthew a cup and it'd have
the first ingredients ever. It'd be I'm making jalapenos.
He'd be like, here's your coffee, and he'd take it and immediately throw up, and it was.
I feel like we were in this really unusual situation where we're so young and we simultaneously had
so much freedom, like possibly more than kids that age should have. And then also there was a lot of control placed on us because we're in a professional working environment.
I think what was lucky for us too is it's such a big cast and it's always been such like a group effort that we've had this little family and we got to grow up with other kids. It wasn't like, oh, I'm the son of somebody on a set and so I'm the only kid there. We had like a little classroom, we had a little PCA, and we were so close as a cast, and every scene we would just be goofing off in between. So even though we were working, it was fun and we were so blessed to be able to do that.
And you can catch the Zoey 101 cast reunion Saturday, July 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Nickelodeon. All right, coming up next week, we are chatting with Kat Dennings, who will lead the audio adaptation of acclaimed graphic novel series The Sandman. Plus, Dakota Fanning, Luke Evans, and Daniel Bruhl are talking all about season 2 of The Alienist. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you back here next week. Have a great weekend.